Okay, so in this video, I'm going to use the query builder, or the expression editor inside the query builder, to kind of manipulate or create some new columns. I'm going to do 3 different exercises. So here I have this data set called TR exercises. It just has like some basic stats on certain employees, their gender, their salary, birth date, hire date, their term date, termination date rather, and their marital status, how many dependents they have. Nothing too crazy. So for one of the first things I want to do is I'm going to use the expression editor inside the query builder to calculate the bonuses of the employees. The bonuses for the employees is calculated by the salary, which is this column right here, and we'll multiply that by 8%, 0.08, and that'll give us a column that I'll call bonuses that has all their bonuses. So first we go to sorry, let me get out of this. Okay, so first we're going to go to the query builder, which you can find at the top right above your data set right here. Or we can go to the task drop-down menu and go to data and query builder. So this right section, or the section on the right hand side, is basically where we put all of our variables. We want to use all of them, so we'll take we could just drag the entire table over, and it gives us all of our variables. So to get into the expression editor, we have to go to the computed columns tab here at the top. So we click on this, then we get new, advanced expression. And so we want to calculate salary or multiply salary by 0.08 to get our bonuses. So we don't actually have to use any functions. We could just go down here to the drop down menu of our tables to see all of our variables, and we want to use salary, and we're going to multiply it by 0.08. Click next. We'll call this bonuses, or bonus rather. And I want this to be a currency format. So we can click currency and make sure we have enough character spaces for commas and decimals. I'll go ahead and increase the length to about 8. Click OK and finish, close, and we'll run it. So whatever columns we create, they're going to show up at the very end of the the far right hand side rather of our new data set. So we can scroll all the way to the right, and here it is, bonus. So it has all the values in the currency format, and this we got from calculating this column or multiplying it by 0.08. So now let's create another column now using our newly created bonus column, and we'll call this new salary, and this will be our total salary, which is salary including our bonus. So we'll do salary plus bonus. We'll just add those 2 columns together. So you can go to modify task, computed columns, new, and we can actually use this right here from existing computed column. So we're going to create a new column from an existing computed column. You don't have to do this, but it's a kind of a shortcut. You click next, and it automatically will have our column ready to go. So here it is. Here's our bonus column, and we're going to add this to the salary column. And we will call this new, new salary. Click finish, close, and we'll run it. Yes, we want to replace. So scroll all the way to the right, and so here's our previous column, bonus, and now here's our brand new column, new salary, which was bonus added to salary. Okay, so these are pretty fairly simple exercises. Let's do something a little bit more complicated. Not too complicated, but something where we actually get to use some functions. So if you notice, we have birth date right here and hire date, and these are in the kind of a typical date format. We have day, numeric, two-digit numeric day followed by a 3-character abbreviation for the month, followed by 4-digit numeric year value. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a function to basically calculate how many days there are in between these 2 dates, and then we'll divide that number by 365 to actually give us the number of years. So we want to see how many years or how old a person is at their hire date. So we go to modify task, computed columns, and okay, so then new advanced expression, next. Okay, so we're going to use the functions. We go to the drop down menu here, and the function we're going to look for is date diff, which is just going to give us the number of days between these two dates. So here it is, date diff function. It's highlighted already. And the syntax will look like this. So it's going to be a start date, followed by the end date, followed by a basis for calculating the actual number of days. So for this, we want to use actual, which will give us the actual number of days that have passed, even to decimal places. So the start date is obviously when you were born. The end date will be the date of that they were hired, and then the basis will be actual. So we could double click this, and we'll scroll all the way down to our tables here, so we can pull our variables. So the starting date rather, will be birth date, and then automatically once we double click, it just pops into that first spot, and then sends it to our next spot, which will be employee hire date, and then our basis. So in single quotes, we're gonna do, we type in actual, and then close that, and we want to divide this by 365 to give us years, because I'm going to see how old this person is when they were hired. And we'll call this, let's see, age when hired. Oops, hired, not fired. Okay, so let's see how it looks. And we run it. And we scroll all the way to the right. Okay, so here's our new column, age when hired. So you can see it trails off to several decimal places. So it's pretty good so far. Let's kind of clean it up a little bit, just because, in reality, when somebody asks you how old you are, you never say you're 26.88767123 years of age. So let's get this to where we could just have just integer values. So we'll go to modify task, computed columns, and we'll use the one that we already have, age when hired, because we want to manipulate this a little bit. So there's an integer function which will basically just return the integer value. So it'll just chop off all the decimals without rounding and just give us our integer. And so to do this, we literally just come to the very front right here, and the function is called int. So I don't want to, if I have to, I don't have to click it, because then I'll have to move things around. But I can literally just move up here to the very front and just type in int and put this in parentheses, close it, next, click finish, close, run it again, and here we go. There you go. It looks way better. So you can see, if you calculate this, it's comes out to 26 years, 19 years, 24 years. So yeah, that's easy. Using functions in the expression editor can save you a ton of time. So once again, what we did, we created a bonuses column, which we multiplied salary by 0.08. Then we took that bonus column, added it to our original salary, gave us our new salary. And then we used the date diff function to calculate how many days there were in between the employee's birth date and their hire date, divided by 365. That gave us the number of years, and to help clean it up a little bit, we use the integer function. So, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a ton of things you can do with the expression editor, but just some basic examples of